You have to be focused in order to achieve excellence. And your superpower is buried inside of you that God gave every single one of us for you to be able to think bigger and focus. The hero of your life is you. You just got to get focused on being that guy. What's up, Closing Nation? Man, I got an episode with some info for your ass today. You better believe that. All I'm going to ask real quick before we get into it, I think this is like a formality when it comes to podcasting. You know what I mean? Like if you got a podcast, this is what everybody does in the beginning is they say, leave me a review, please. 5 stars. It's like we're motherfucking, am I a podcaster or an Uber driver? I'm really going to have to think about that for a minute, man. You know, I'm going to go off on the ADD here, but which is funny with the topic that I'm going to talk about today, regardless. I was riding last Saturday with a gentleman named Flex Lewis. He's according to, he says he's a 7-time Olympian. Keaton Hoskins says he's 3.5-time Olympian. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's disputable, clearly. So I'm riding with Flex Lewis, and when we pull up to Keaton's house for this mastermind with Ed Milet and Bradley and everything, as soon as we pull up to the house, we all open the doors, and Flex goes, please open the Uber app and leave 5 stars for me if you would. I'm like, is he insulting me as a podcaster? Is that what's going on here? I'm not sure. I mean, like, I just like, it's like, damn, are we asking for 5 stars on these podcasts? Like, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that anymore. I think if you're cool, you leave a review on my podcast for me. If not, fuck it. I'm going to keep making them. All right. So listen, today, let's talk about focus, because focus is a superpower for us human beings. Right now, the force of average throws distraction after distraction after distraction at us, man. Sometimes I have problems completing thoughts because so much stuff is coming at us. And guess what? We're stimulated, we're overstimulated by things like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Google, the news, like all these things, we're overstimulated as fuck. And anytime you're overstimulated, what happens is it's weakening your neuroplasticity, right? And now listen, I'm no doctor. I don't know how to spell that, but in my mind, neuroplasticity means your ability to absorb and conform to new information coming around, like how you're stretching your mind. We'll call it neuroplasticity is how you're stretching your mind. And most people, they're not stretching their mind, they're condensing their mind. And most people are scared to take they're scared to pay attention because attention goes to intention, and most people are scared to be intentional these days because there is lots of consequences that come with people that are intentional, whether you have the wrong intention or not. You know, I know that's a lot of big words to take in. At least that's not big words that I typically use. This program is not being brought to you by ChatGPT, and I'm not reading a script. I'm just trying to get deep into what we're going into here because focus is a superpower. So when you can get focused and you can stretch your mind to ignore those distractions and do the things that I'm going to walk you through on this show today, you literally become a superhuman, right? Oftentimes because of Hollywood and everything else, you got to remember everything that the media does, everything that Hollywood does, the masses do. Warren Buffett said it best, right? When the masses are greedy, be fearful. When the masses are fearful, be greedy, right? And so what happens is the masses think that we have some superhuman power, and they think that superhuman power is supposed to be like Superman. You know, you can leap tall buildings or faster than a speeding bullet, right? They think that they're, you know, and then they find out that they don't have this superpower that they think because they saw it on TV that Spider-Man has because he was bit by a spider. Well, I never got bit by a spider. You know, my youngest son, Colton, who's 5, up until recently, man, like until the last couple of months, would run around the house in the morning, first thing when he woke up, with a cape on, making sure he was testing to see if he could fly. You know how to have the heart to tell him that shit's bullshit you've been watching on TV. Every day he got up, first thing he'd do is put his cape on, take off running, and he would be disappointed. You know, I'm not that kid that wakes up every day with superpowers. But guess what? He is a kid that wakes up every day with superpowers. He just doesn't know it because the media has been telling him his superpower is supposed to come from muscles or, right? Superman be blowing shit cold and all the stuff that we see these superheroes that have these superpowers do. But we're embedded by God with a superpower that we've been endowed to use as human beings. We just don't ever use it. Therefore, we don't ever work it out. We don't ever exercise it. Therefore, it's weak as fuck inside of most people. And that's your focus muscle, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the focus muscle, right? Fancy, that's my word for neuroplasticity. The focus muscle, okay, is a combination of muscles. Really, if you think about it, it's that the reticular activating system plus your whatever it is that creates attention for you to be able to focus on something. I'm sure it's a lot of shit going up in here, but I'm just going to call it the focus muscle because I'm no neurosurgeon, and it doesn't matter what the fuck the parts of it are called as long as we know how to utilize it, get the results that we want. That's all that matters anyway. Just like in sales, you don't have to learn psychology to be an effective salesperson. Go with the script that someone that learned psychology wrote for you, and that should have worked. Now, tap back in with me here on focus, okay? Most people, they don't understand that focus is a superpower, and they don't understand what focus really is because they think focus, oftentimes we say the word, it has something to do with ophthalmology. And what I mean by that is like the eye doctor, you know, that look through this lens and see if you can focus. Hey, pick the words off, the big letters off from the wall that are in random order and see if you can focus. You know, our teachers in school, they would say, oh, you're not focused. Our coaches say, you got to get in the game. You got to be focused, right? Our mentor might tell us, you got to focus on getting the results that you want, but we don't have any idea what the fuck that is. So let me just breadcrumb this together for you and really talk about what focus is. So focus, first of all, is a muscle that is inside of our brain, just like a muscle on your arms, your legs, wherever you like muscles, right? Love muscles, you know. But listen, it's a muscle inside of your brain, okay? And the more you exercise that muscle, the stronger and resilient to distraction it gets, and the more powerful it becomes as a focus muscle. And it doesn't take a long time to exercise this muscle. I know when I was 21, I weighed about 120 pounds. I am 43, been working out since I was 20 years old, and I still just weigh like 195 pounds. Took me a long time to put on just a little bit of weight. The hustle muscle is not the same. The focus muscle is not the same. The focus muscle can be trained and maintained within 30, 60, and 90 days in different phases that are all easy to do that I'm going to explain to you, okay? So, but let's talk about the fight. Like, so if we're building muscle, okay, and I'm no expert at it. I work out all the time, but again, I'm coachable. I'm told what to do, so I just show up to the gym and eat what they tell me to when I'm not at the gym and do the work they tell me to at the gym, okay? So that being said, I'm not here to claim that I'm like some fitness expert, but I got a little bit of experience, 20-something years of it at this point. And if I'm going to grow a muscle, I'm going to have to feed those muscles the right ingredients that makes them grow. If I'm going to grow muscles, I can't go on a Starburst and Skittles diet, right? It's not going to work. That's not going to make me get bigger biceps no matter how many curls I do. It's not going to make me run faster no matter how many Skittles and strawberries. It's not going to give me endurance to run a marathon. That's not going to give me the nutrients I need to get healthier and grow the muscles that I need in order to do whatever the result that I want. You with me on that, right? Well, so most people are feeding their focus muscle Skittles and strawberries, and at some point, some people are feeding it Skittles and strawberries and Adderall, making it weaker and worse, and wondering why they're not getting protein powder and green juice results when they're feeding it Skittles and strawberries. You see the difference, right? So when you start thinking of focus as a muscle and not just something, right? You think, okay, so it's a muscle. In order for a muscle to grow, I have ingredients and nutritional shit that I've got to give that muscle. In order for my focus muscle to grow, there's got to be some nutritional and some ingredient stuff that I can do for that muscle to be able to focus more, right? The bicep allows you to pick shit up better. The focus muscle allows you to get shit done better, okay? So let me lean into you here. Let me talk to you a little bit about this, okay? Every day, there's about 30,000 attacks on us, aka distractions, but they're really attacks on your focus from the force of average. The force of average has one weapon and one weapon only, and that's just distraction. Okay, if you don't know what the force of average is, just go to forceofaverage.com. There's a video there. You can watch it. It'll explain it all. But here's the thing, like the force of average is attacking you at least 30,000 times a day, saying, oh, you're in the zone. Things are going well. Look at this. Oh, things are going well. You're trying to get shit done. Here comes an email. Oh, things are going well. Trying to get shit done. Here's a text message. Things are going well. Trying to get shit done. Here's a problem. That's most people's life. Like most people, have you ever tried to meditate? And as soon as you... Fuck. Then you pick up the phone, you text something real quick. You're like, all right, cool. This time I got a 5-minute timer. Shit, I need to write that down. Like most people, they can't. They fucking can't. Because that focus muscle has been on Skittles and Starburst for so long. Or you know what? These days I hear Lucky Charms good for you. You know what I'm saying? You never fucking know. Skittles and Starburst may be, according to the fucking bullshit FDA, might be. I'm going to stay focused because we're talking about focus, even though I'm trying to be entertaining too. I'm going to stay focused. So here's the thing. 30,000 distractions a day. 50,000 plus decisions that we have to make a day. Sounds like a ridiculous amount, but you can look it up. I looked it up. I didn't believe it either, but I looked it up. And when you take the average of the places, of all the sources that are out there, because you don't know what the fuck is true and what isn't on the internet, somewhere around 50,000 decisions we're making a day. Do I pick up the pen? Do I drop it? Do I move the paper? Do I talk into this microphone? Do I look over there? Do I look here? Do I drink the drink? All these decisions. Do I buy this? What about that billboard? Am I affected by that? Is that light too bright? Is it... All these decisions that we're making constantly, that's what our brain's constantly doing. Like artificial intelligence operates off of two things, noise and signal. And that's how our brain operates as well, as we're figuring out, hey, what's noise and what's signal? The billboards pass us on the freeway, that's noise. Signal is the speed limit on the dash. You follow me? Okay? So now that we know that we've got 80,000 problems a day, fucking Jay-Z bitched about 99. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here, Jay-Z. That's weak, like 1996 problems. It's 2023. We got 80,000 fucking problems at this point that we're trying to solve every single day, okay? Distractions, attacks on us from the force of average, decisions that we've got to make. So how do we, that's what's weakening that focus muscle. So how do we strengthen it? That's what the show's about, how to focus more, okay? First of all, I want you to get on the G code. All right. Listen, the G code teaches you what to focus on. And here's the importance of focus, right? Like, let me give you a great example of what focus is. You ever went out and bought, like, say, a red Jeep? You know, you go to the dealership, you buy a red Jeep. You're like, nobody that I see around town has a red Jeep. So that's the color I'm going to get. So I'm going to be unique. And as soon as you pull off the parking lot, what's there? Another red Jeep. And as soon as you get down 2-3 streets over, what's there? Another red Jeep. I moved to Plano, Texas, bought a McLaren. One of the greatest car days of my life. It was my first exotic car. Absolutely amazing. I love that car. Matter of fact, I was scrolling through pictures today and I saw that I took a picture of a car just like it about 5 years before and said, one day I'll have this. That's pretty damn cool. Bottom line is, buy this McLaren. I don't see McLarens on the road ever. It's not a thing. There's not very many of them in existence, period. I get home 2 weeks later, my neighbor 3 fucking streets over has a blue McLaren. What are the chances, right? The chances were nothing. It was there all along. I just wasn't focused on finding it. But once I made it mine, see, that's the key to focus. Once you make something yours, you'll focus on making, you'll focus on seeing it. You'll focus on finding it. You'll focus on getting whatever it is that you get from it once you make it yours. So the G code gives you a daily process of what to focus on, because we got to focus on having a grateful mindset. We got to focus on genetics every day to be healthy. We got to focus on our grind at work and be able to make money so that we can provide, because the only thing that's left that they ain't taxing giving us for free, motherfuckers, is air, right? So money's important. I don't give a fuck what some enlightened douchebag with pearl fucking necklace and a shitty haircut with this bullshit own fucking hands is trying to say. We need fucking money, people. And then third of all, you got to have the right people in your life, because again, if you got some shitty fucking enlightened person with pearl fucking necklace with the fucking goofball hands talking about money ain't no thing in your group, you're going to be poor, goddammit, right? So those are the things that we got to focus on every single day, okay? The G code helps you do that. Second of all, there's a supplement that I've been taking for a long time. I don't like Adderall, y'all. You know, like, I'm pro some things medical. I'm pro some things not medical, you know? I think the best weed is not medical weed because the heavily regulated shit is it's not as powerful. I'm just telling you. I'm not for, like, you know, the V word, we'll just call it. I'm not for that shit, you know, just so that we're all clear. And, like, I don't care what another person does, but there's certain things medically I'm not for. However, I like hormones and testosterone. I'm for that. I think people should take that. I think people should probably take some vitamins and supplements and shit that is missing from their blood work that they get done, right? And so I'm pro some things, just not other things. I don't know why. Probably because I read the wrong websites. I don't know. Judge me. I'm just telling you. That being said, instead of taking Adderall, which I'm not pro pharmaceutical shit like Adderall, Instead of taking Adderall, I started a long time ago in 2005. That's how long I've been taking this, and I took it this morning. It's called Rhodiola, Rhodiola, Rhodiola. Listen, don't slide in my DMs asking me which brand and all this other shit. Man, I've been taking this shit for 20 years. I done flipped brands and slide around, taking whatever. Like, a root is a root, right? It's a root, so I take the highest. I find this is what I do. I go on Amazon. Which one of these motherfuckers got the highest concentration of that shit? That's what I want, right? Give me the good shit. That's what I'm trying to get. So, but Rhodiola, it's not like you're going to take it and tomorrow you're going to be like, listen, bro, I saw the future. And it was amazing. No, it's not going to be like that. It's not. It takes a while for your body to start building the neuroplasticity. It takes a while for your body to start building the shit up that it needs for the stuff to kick in. But 2 or 3 weeks after taking it, you'll start noticing that your focus is working better. Okay? Meditate daily. Now, listen, a lot of people say that, don't they? They're like, oh, you should meditate daily. Look, I'm not talking about being if you want to fucking do that, I'm not shitting on it. Just like if you want to take an ice bath, I'm not shitting on that either. I'm not fucking doing it, but I'm not shitting on it either, right? But let me tell you what meditation is. Meditation is 5 minutes trying not to think of all your fucking problems. 5 minutes where you're trying to literally clear your brain. That's it. It's just like pulling the plug, counting to 10, calling customer service, them asking you to pull the plug and count to 10 again after you've already pulled the plug and counted to 10, and then plugging it back in. It just resets you, and all you need is 5 minutes, man. I listen to these guys talking about, oh, I went on a meditation retreat for like 3 days. So you telling me you did nothing for 3 days? You do nothing, motherfucker? You needed 3 days of doing nothing? It sounds fucking stupid to me. I don't fucking understand that shit. I got 5 minutes, motherfucker. Make them count. Some of y'all are going to be mad at me for that. Y'all going to be like, listen, dude, it's not what you think about. It's humor. It's fucking humor. Calm down, all right? So meditation, if you can't meditate, if you can't just sit 5 minutes, clear your brain out, then read, right? Read 10 pages a day, and just, it doesn't have to be an exorbitant amount, just 10 pages a day, because that gets you focused on one thing. And while you're reading that book, like not a book on your phone, because distractions come on your phone. By the way, you can keep your phone on silent too. That eliminates a lot of your distractions. But I'm talking about a real paperback, hardback, back book. And so here's the thing. When you're doing that, you're going to be, oh, I got this idea. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, what TV, blah, blah. Focus on reading 10 pages. Here's why. Because you've given yourself a goal and you've given yourself a mission to complete that goal. The better you get at hammering down and focusing on those 10 pages, the better you're learning and training your brain for at least 5 or 10 minutes to be able to focus on a task. And most tasks don't take a whole hell of a lot of time if you think about it. All right. Next thing is you got to learn to resist the urge to multitask, okay? Create a habit of starting what you finish. That's what I'm basically saying. See, you'll start something and the temptation to go do something else. But listen, closers close. Okay, closers close. We finish what we start. We got to close the loop. We can't go, oh, I'll eventually come back to that. Because, man, when you get linear and you start doing shit one thing at a time, ADD will have you half-ass do a whole bunch of stuff. But, man, you never get the dopamine of a finished job when you operate that way. You never get the satisfaction of a job well done if you have a bunch of half-ass, open-ass jobs, right? So, learn to resist the urge to multitask one thing at a time. The thing that helps you with that helps free your brain up and helps get rid of your neurosystems, anxiety and stress and everything else is taking your ass to the gym, right? Some of y'all, the only thing that runs in your family is bad health. You know, you're not fucking getting the gym. You're not doing what you're supposed to. And if you're mad at me for fucking saying that, catch me, motherfucker. That's what you do. Come run and fucking catch me if you're fucking mad at me for saying that shit, right? Come fucking do a workout with me if you're fucking mad, right? That's what I'm saying. You can be fucking mad because you're not putting in the work. You know why I'm willing to say, come catch me if that fucking pisses you off? Because the people that are working out and can catch me, that shit went right over them because they didn't fucking consider themselves out of shape. Now, I'm not saying that's shit on people or be an asshole, but the truth can piss you off. And the truth is, there's no fucking reason for you not to be in good shape these days. You say, oh, I'm poor. Okay, right? Then sell your car and walk. You'll be thinner and you'll have money. You're welcome. Right? Like, Move. That's all you have to do for the most part is just move to fucking stay in shape. We were discussing this morning with my trainer, 1 hour a day commitment. All we're asking for is 1/24th of a day. And most people, it's like 1/48th because they're only going to work out 30 minutes. Just being real. It's not a massive amount of time. Okay. Next up, the benefits of focus, right? So when you learn to focus and you do one task at a time to completion, man, it's like a pat yourself on the back moment. It just the celebration of a finished job, man, it just feels good. It feels good to look back at your work and say, I did that. It feels good to look back and say, I completed that, finished that, focused on that. And what most people, they live their life, they never get I finished that, because they'll get started on something and they won't finish it. So they'll never learn the dopamine. They always get addicted to not finishing because that's the habit they created, but they never get a dopamine. The bigger dopamine comes from finishing the project and the pride that comes along with that. And it takes focus in order to accomplish that. And most people, they fuck that focus muscle up by Skittles and Starburst instead of feeding it protein and green juice. So here's what you're going to do. If you'll just commit yourself to excellence, you have to be focused in order to achieve excellence. Like our core values, responsibility, integrity, service, and excellence, right? Excellence just means we do the work. It takes work to be focused. It takes work to build up that muscle, whether you're going to build up your biceps in the gym or you're going to build up the focus muscle in your mind. It takes work, but it's well worth it. I look around, a lot of other guys 43 years old in the gym, they didn't put in the time and sacrifice that I have. They're in there trying to burn off 10 years of fucking not doing the work. I'm in there trying to add on 10 more years of doing the work. And so when you're focused, it's the same thing. You start to build that muscle up and you start to pass people. You start to think through people. And let me tell you this, when you get paid for how you think and not how you work, your game changes financially. You think Steve Jobs was making computers when he died? That man got paid for how he thought. You think Bill Gates is programming computers? He's a fucking rancher. He's getting paid for. You think Warren Buffett? No, he's paid for how he thinks. Elon Musk, you think he's building rockets with a welder and shit? You think he's coding PayPal? He doesn't even drive a Tesla. He flies a Falcon. He just bought it, right? So what I'm saying is, when you start to realize that you get paid for how you think, and your superpower is buried inside of you that God gave every single one of us for you to be able to think bigger and focus, you realize that the dirty trick from the force of average in the media is making you look for some muscle, laser eye, cold breath, superpower bullshit from a mysterious hero that doesn't exist, when truthfully, the hero of your life is you. You just got to get focused on being that guy. Rise above, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, if you enjoyed this episode, this is the kind of stuff that I'll be talking about at MDM 2023. I've got speakers like Billie Jean, Wes Watson, myself, Bobby Castro, Dan Fleischman, and many, many more. Just go to $1,000,000mastermind.com and get your tickets now.